That's awesome. Yay. Hi everyone. So I don't know if I told you in my more recent videos that I'm actually renovating our whole house, and we've been here since 2014 and there's absolutely loads of jobs to do. So while we've been saving money for all sorts of different jobs, we're not in a rush to do them all at the same time. So in the meantime, I've been able to look out and about for cheap things to think, right, I haven't had a blind up for almost a year in the kitchen. Let's buy that at £1.50 and I'll redo it and fit it. And that's exactly what I've done today. Very similar to my last video on the roller blind, which I showed you last week. And this actually cost me £7.05 in total. It should have cost me £60 from Dunelm for the exact same blind. And I'm extremely thankful that I've got some privacy now. So if you want to learn how I did it, then keep on watching. So to start off with, this is what it looked like without a blind. And the first thing I did was see how far the handles stuck out so they weren't going to be in the way of any blinds. And these are the universal attachments that I bought. I'll leave a link to them below because I don't want you to spend hours like I did trying to figure out which ones were right for me. And my track was 25mm thick. And I got these off eBay for about £3. And some end caps for about £2 just to tidy them up. So I first put those end caps on. I knew the blind was the perfect width, I'd already checked, but you might have to cut yours down with a hacksaw. And here's me just figuring out where it was best to put the attachments. You just sort of slip it in while the lever's open and then twist it to clamp it shut. So I did that for one either end and one in the middle. But the first thing I wanted to do was take that measurement that I'd jotted down where my handle stuck out and made a mark in the recess here where I could put that track. But here's a little tip that I learned from this job is don't measure it from the inside, measure it from the sticky outside. So I've got my tape measure all wrong. You should be measuring it from this angle. So I made little dashes before I drew a long line with my OnMe grid board. So then I held my track against that pencil marking and made little marks where those clamps were on the track, just so I knew where I could roughly screw them into. And then got rid of the blind temporarily and held the attachments along the line and just marked with a pencil inside the little screw holes. Now for the drilling. The attachments didn't come with screws. I had to raid my screw box and my raw plug box. So make sure your screws are thin enough to go through the hole. And then I used my drill driver with a drill bit that was the same thickness as the raw plug. But notice I've got tape around it which was the same length as the screw, just so I didn't screw unnecessarily too far. And just drilled through all of those holes and placed the raw plugs in. And then you just need to line your attachments with the screw holes and attach them by screwing them in. And then the fun part is putting the blind up. You know how the attachment works, so you've got to slot the little hooks in the tracking on an angle and then just straighten it up and then push those levers closed and then it should be clamped in. So it's now the next day and I've been thinking about how this is just a bit too long for my liking and it's adding too much weight and it would probably, if I let it, go right down to the floor. So I've learnt a tutorial on YouTube and I'm just going to cut that down. Hopefully it's as simple as it looked and have it resting there nicely in its relaxed position. So to shorten the blinds, I'm going to leave the easiest tutorial I found on YouTube. I saw a lot that took ages and I don't think I could explain it better than this person. So go and check it out. I'll leave a link below. It's much easier than you think and I think there's a lot of people that overcomplicate it. But I'm so glad I did this because I got rid of the extra weight at the bottom and now it feels more comfortable just to open and close it. So I really hope that was useful, or at least I've got something to look back and think, actually I've got another one of these blinds. How do I do it? Oh, Vicky showed me last time. It's really handy just to go back. And so far, I've now done 2 blinds. One that was £17.65, this was £7.05, and I actually made a £101 saving just because I wasn't in a rush and I just waited for the right price. And I'm extremely pleased. I think if you held the two next to each other, they wouldn't look right because one's patterned and one's white, but this is a complete black and white kitchen. I like that the little window is just tucked to the side. It's not really going to be used opening and closing, but this definitely is because this is the main access sort of thing to the house. So if you want to follow my journey, because I'll be doing lots of DIY projects, then give it a like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.